My dear graduating students, boys, kindly remove your blazers. My dear graduating students, put your phone in silent mode and keep it inside. My dear graduating students, put your phone. You should not use the phone during the program. I want all the teachers to occupy the last row. Second row is for the academic achievers. You will be seated throughout the program where I make an announcement about Shikshavali and Sadhana Panchakam. I want all of you all to remove your footwear, leave your bags wherever you are seated now, and then move towards collecting the lamp wherever you are seated now, which is kept in the center from your class teachers. And then you have to get the lamp lighted from the dignitaries, and you have to move towards the dais. Just follow the instructions given to you all. Towards the dais. Just follow the instructions given to you all. Towards the dais. Just follow the instructions given to you all. Towards the dais. Just follow the instructions given to you all. Towards the dais. Just follow the instructions given to you all. the academic achievers of batch 2022 kindly occupy the second row on the right-hand side of the dais. Thank you. I request all of you all to settle down quickly. I want graduating students to settle down quickly. Faculty members, kindly occupy the last row. Students, settle down quickly. I don't want anybody to move around. Settle down fast. I don't want anybody to loiter around during the program. I request everyone to rise as the dignitaries have arrived. Graduating students, kindly stand. A big round of applause to all our dignitaries.
Swagatam, Shubha Swagatam, Atha Swagatam, Shubha Swagatam, Ananda Mangala Mangalam, Ananda Mangala Mangalam, Nita Priyam Bharatam Bharatam, 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 Nita Priyam Bharatam Bharatam. Swagatam, Shubha Swagatam, Atha Swagatam, Shubha Swagatam. Nitya Nirantarata Navata, Manavata Samata Mamata, Nitya Nirantarata Navata, Manavata Samata Mamata, Sarathi Sat Manorath Ka, Jo Anivad Nahi Thamata, Sarathi Sat Manorath Ka, Jo Anivad Nahi Thamata. Sankalpa Avijita Abhimatam, Sankalpa Avijita Abhimatam, Ananda Mangala Mangalam, Ananda Mangala Mangalam, Nita Priyam Bharatam Bharatam.
I request all of you to be kindly seated. Thank you. Graduation Day represents the harvest of talent and skill put in over years. It's a day of pride and achievement, joy and celebration, but also of sadness, anxiety, and eagerness. It signifies knowledge that will help a person to take on challenges and opportunities with clear vision and purpose. It makes one prepared to take up new commitments, explore new avenues, and to succeed in man's quest for a better life. Say sayonara to the comfortable and secure life within college walls. Get ready to march towards your goals, opportunities, and challenges. Anything is possible when you just believe in yourself. I, Kanchana, Vice Principal of Sindhi P.U.College and Sindhi Evening P.U.College Principal, would be your MC for the day. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure to welcome you all to this graduation day ceremony of batch 2023 and have the privilege to address on this special occasion. On behalf of Sindhi P.U. College, Sindhi Evening P.U. College, management, staff, and my dear students, first of all, I would like to welcome our chief guest, Shri Ananta Radhakrishnan sir, CEO and Managing Director of Infosys BPM. We welcome you, sir. A warm welcome to Shri Sanjeev Atmaram Sir, President of Sindhi Seva Samiti and Sindhi Group of Educational Institutions. Welcome you, sir. It's my pleasure to welcome our office bearers of Sindhi P.U.College, our chairman, Shri Mahesh Ramchand sir, Honorary Secretary Shri Ashok P. Narang sir in absentia, Honorary Treasurer Shri Rajesh Bajaj sir, Honorary Joint Secretary Shri Vikram Talreja sir. Welcome you all, sirs. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our beloved principal, Professor Pallavi ma'am, Dean of Diksha, Professor Meenal ma'am, Regional Head of Diksha North, Srimati Rashmi Karya ma'am, my faculty members, admin staff and support staff. It's a great pleasure to welcome other members of Sindhi Board of Management, academic achievers of batch 2022 with their parents and other dignitaries who are present here. Welcome you all. Now it's time to welcome today's guests of honor, none other than our proud graduating students of the year 2023. Let me say to you, graduating students, you are the lucky ones and the cream of Sindhi P.U.College. We are confident that all of you will make a very worthwhile contributions to your families, our country, and the world. It's what you do and how you do after graduation that will determine your success in life. I proudly welcome you all students with a big round of applause. Your presence gives us the strength and courage to further dedicate ourselves to the course of bringing up Sindhi P.U.College. Be ethical in your work, lead a life of meaning and impact. Be willing to make a difference by making your dream a reality. 6 years of your hard work from now on as a reader will make you a leader for next 60 years. Dear Sindhians, when a drop of water falls into a river, it has no identity. But when it falls on the leaf of a lotus, it shines like a pearl. So choose the best place where you could fit in. I once again welcome you all. It's a mark of our undying tradition to invoke the blessings of the Almighty at the beginning of an important event. The function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of one who prays. I call upon Bodhana, Shri Pujita and her team from Science Stream to invoke the blessings of the Almighty. Request all of you to kindly rise for the prayer.
मन की शक्ति देना मन विजय करे दूसरों की जय से पहल खुद को जय करे हमको मन की शक्ति देना भेद भाव अपने दिल से साफ कर सके दोस्तों से भूल हो तो माफ कर सके झूठ से बचे रहे सच का दम भरे दूसरों की जय से पहल खुद खुद को जय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मुश्किलें पड़े तो हम पे इतना कर्म कर, साथ दे तो धर्म का, चले तो धर्म पर, खुद पे हौसला रहे, बधी से ना डरे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति देना।
Thank you, students, for your pleasant prayer. Kindly be seated. It's a great pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Sri Ananta Radhakrishnan. Sir is the Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of Infosys BPM Limited. Prior to this role, he was the Chief Operating Officer managing global operations for the organization. He has played multiple roles at Infosys BPM, spanning technology, transformation, enterprise capability, and global centers management, working with clients in their transformation journey, enhancing business value delivered. Further, he has spent many years with the Infosys Group. He has worked with Unilever and brings with him rich leadership experience and intensive domain capability. Prior to Unilever, Sir has worked across multiple industries. Sir is a proficient public speaker and reflects on and shares his authentic leadership experiences in various forums. A strong practitioner in balancing the head and heart quotient, formulated the 4E way of reimagining business process management for Infosys BPM and his clients. Efficiency through lean industrialization and automation, effectiveness through business insights and analytics, experience through innovation, and empathy through humanware. Sri Ananta Radhakrishnan sir is a postgraduate from Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow, and an honors graduate in mechanical engineering from National Institute of Technology, Trichy. Sir has a certificate in global leadership, innovation, and entrepreneurship from the Stanford Graduate School of Business and disruptive strategy from Harvard Business School. A big round of applause, my dear students. I now request our President, Sir, Sanjeev Atmaram, Sir, to greet Sri Anant Radhakrishnan, Sir, with a floral bouquet. Light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity. As sunlight expels the darkness of might, similarly, blessings bring in our life prosperity and happiness. To make this evening a blessed one, let us invoke Goddess Saraswati by lighting the lamp of knowledge and wisdom for seeking the choicest blessings for the same. May I request our beloved Principal Ma'am to accompany our dignitaries and proceed for the lamp lighting ceremony.
वराहं वराहरूपं दैववरीष्टं वरस्मितवदनं वज्रदन्तधर रक्षाकवचम् शिवसम्भूत भुवि संजात नम्बिदवगिम्बु कोडुववनीत ಸಾವಿರ ದೈವದ ಮನಸಂಪ್ರೀತ ಬೇಡುತ್ತ ನಿಂದೆವು ಆರಾಧಿಸುತ್ತ
Thank you, sirs. Thank you, ma'am. Dream the impossible. Reach for the unreachable. Never lose faith in your ability. We have one such renowned personality amongst us who has a dream and vision for Sindhi P.U. College and a true source of inspiration and guidance to all Sindhians. He is none other than a president of Sindhi Seva Samiti and Sindhi Group of Educational Institutions, Sri Sanjeevatmaram sir. Sir has a distinct vision, a fountainhead of illuminating ideas and ideals of knowledge, experience, and passion to all of us. I kindly request our President, sir, to kindly address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Check, check. Good evening, namaskar, shubh sayankala. Respected chief guest of the day, Shri Anant Radhakrishnan, Chairman Mahesh Ramchand, my colleague office bearers, members of the Board of Management, Managing Committee, Governing Council, past presidents, Principal Day College, Ms. Pallavi, Principal Evening College, Ms. Kanchana, parents, dignitaries from the Diksha management, faculty, and above all, the graduating batch of 2023, my dear Sindhians. It is indeed a matter of pride and pleasure to address you on this momentous occasion of your lives. At the outset, I would like to sincerely thank Sri Ananta Radhakrishnan for having taken time out of his busy schedule and consenting to the chief guest, which I am sure is going to motivate all the students present here. Thank you once again, sir. Graduation is an emotional moment in every student's life. We were all students at one time, not very long ago. Although you have been in this campus for only 2 years, I'm sure that the bonding amongst your classmates and friends has been strong and you'll miss them through and through. My suggestion here is no matter in whichever career and profession you pursue in life and are engrossed in, stay connected with your batchmates. Family and relatives are predestined when we enter this universe. Friends are the ones we choose and who go along with us in our journey of life. You are at the threshold of a career where a decision has to be taken very shortly as to which course you would like to pursue in the undergraduate phase. Science students would more or less have decided whether they are inclined towards medicine or engineering. With the rock-solid guidance and training Diksha has given each of you, I am sure you definitely excel in your career choice. For the commerce students, at one time, there were only 4 or 5 options. I'm also a commerce student who graduated from BCom. Then the options for us was either do CA, company secretary, MBA was not all that fashionable at that point of time, or a CMA or marketing, to name a few. Today, you are, if I may use the word, it is the horizon which is open for you, and there is so much exposure available to you and so many opportunities to choose from, which you must definitely prevail upon. A word of advice: do choose a career which interests you and you are interested in, and above all, which gives you satisfaction. Your parents, with all their wisdom and experience, will be there to guide you, but do not settle for a course just to satisfy them and throttle your dream career. Also, most of you are 18 or going to become major shortly. Be a responsible citizen of your motherland and never ever forget your teachers and your alma mater. The gyan you have received from your gurus, in whose position your teachers are in, will ever remain with you and can never be stolen. I request each one of you students to please stand up for a moment, please. I see 1 or 2 still seated. Thank you. I request each one of the students graduating today to bow down and give a standing ovation to your teachers and executives who truly deserve this for the hard work put in by each one of them. Thank you. You may remain seated. There are 3 C's I would like you to keep in mind when you pursue any goal in life. The first C I am referring to is concentration. Whatever you aspire and indulge in on a day-to-day basis, give it your 100% attention. When you're on social media such as Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or Tinder, is that right? Tinder is also I see all of you giggling and smiling. So Valentine's Day was just 2 weeks away, so Tinder would have been used very appropriately. Am I right, students? Yes or no? It could be louder. Concentrate fully without wandering your mind on your pending homework or studying when you are on social media. When you are playing a sport of your choice, do not allow any thoughts or distraction to cross your mind. Similarly, when you sit in front of your books, focus only on studies and nothing else should distract your attention. I am reminded of a famous story in the Mahabharata. As you all may well know, the Duryodhana was the guru of both Kauravas and Pandavas, but amongst all of them, Arjuna was his favorite. When the other disciples asked him, "Why is it so?" Dronacharya smiled and replied, "When I was teaching each of you archery, I kept a bird in front of you to shoot at. I asked Yudhishthir, 'What do you see?' He raised his bow and arrow and commented that he saw the tree, branches, leaves, and the bird which sat on it. When I asked Bhim, he also raised his bow and arrow and replied that he saw the bird with its wings and feathers and its eye. But when I asked Arjun, he replied, 'Guruji, I see and only see the eye of the bird, and it was only his arrow which hit the bird's eye.' Focus and focus alone will enable you to reach your goals in life." The second C is confidence. Approaching a goal with your mind, especially the subconscious mind, aiming at it, will help you achieve it with a certain degree of positivity. If our mind is wandering in various directions, then reaching our target will not only be cumbersome, it will be an uphill task. One day, a professor entered the classroom and asked his students to prepare for a surprise test. They waited anxiously at the desks for the test to begin. The professor handed out the question paper with the text facing down as usual. Once he handed them all out, he asked the students to turn the page and begin. To everyone's surprise, there were no questions, just a black dot in the center of the page. The professor, seeing the expression on everyone's face, told them the following: "I want you to write what you see there." The confused students got startled on this inexplicable task. At the end of the class, the professor took all the answer papers and started reading each one of them aloud in front of all the students. All of them, with no exceptions, described the black dot, trying to explain its position in the middle of the sheet, etc., etc. After all had been read, the classroom was silent. The professor began to explain, "I am not going to grade you on this. I just wanted to give you something to think about. No one wrote about the white part of the paper. Everyone focused on the black dot, and the same happens in our lives. We have a white paper to observe and enjoy, but we always focus on the dark spots. Our life is a gift given to us by God with love and care. We always have reasons to celebrate. Nature renewing itself every day, our friends around us, the jobs that provide our livelihood, the miracles we see every day." So I have completed the first C, concentration, the second C, confidence. I now go on to the third C, that is calmness. A peaceful approach to any situation will help us go about it in a systematic manner. A troubled and agitated mind will take us nowhere. Not only that, it will lead to a negative approach to your target. Here again I am reminded of a small story which I would like to share with you. Once upon a time, Lord Buddha and his followers were traveling from one place to another. While traveling, they came across a lake. Becoming tired, they all stopped by the lake to take some rest. After everyone settled down, one of the disciples asked Lord Buddha, "How can we calm our mind when our mind is full of disturbing thoughts?" Lord Buddha was sitting on a tree and he replied to his disciple, "I am feeling very thirsty. Can you bring me a little water from that lake?" So the disciple went back to the lake to collect water for Lord Buddha. On reaching there, he noticed that some people were washing clothes and utensils. So he again walked some distance further to collect clean and fresh water. But just as he was going to collect the water, a bullock cart passed by the lake and the water became muddy again. The disciple waited there for some time, but continuously one or more things were going on there, and the water of the lake still remained muddy. Thinking that he can't give muddy water to Lord Buddha, so he decided to go back without collecting water. The disciple then came back to Buddha and told him about it. About an hour later, Buddha again asked the disciple to go back to the lake and collect the water. As told, the disciple went back to the lake very unwillingly, and he kept thinking in his mind, "I have told the Lord the water is not clean. Again he is sending me. I think we are wasting our time and energy." But nevertheless, at that time, not obeying the Lord and Guru was not done. He went back to the lake, and this time he was able to find clear and fresh water. So he filled the jar with water and brought it back to Buddha. The disciple now gave the jar of water to Buddha and asked him, "Last time I went there, the water was full of mud, but now the water of the lake was absolutely clean. How is it possible?" Buddha smiled at him and replied to him, "The last time when you went, the mud was unsettled and was mixed with water on the surface. But you went there after an hour, the mud has already settled down on its own. And so that's why you got clean and clear water that was fit for drinking." In the same way, our mind is also like that. When your mind is disturbed, give it some time and it will settle down on its own. You don't have to put in the efforts to calm it down, and with time, your mind will be calm without any effort. Pursue excellence in life and success will automatically chase you. Wishing you all success for your exams and in all your endeavors for now and the future. As the Nike advertisement goes, go ahead and just do it. How's the Josh, students? A little more louder. Still not satisfactory. Now it reached your campus at Tanisandra. Thank you for the patient hearing.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking message. And students, you have to remember all the 3 C's so that you'll be able to face your board exam with ease. On this note, I would like to call upon Shalom T.B. Thomas to share his views with us as President Governing Council, Student Governing Council. Shalom, over to you.
Good evening to fellow graduates, distinguished guests, and esteemed faculty members. I thank God for giving me this opportunity today. For those who don't know me, I'm Shalom T. Thomas, a founding member of the No Mahila Association and the student government president. Today is a day that we all have been eagerly awaiting for years. It is with mixture of joy and sadness that we finally bid farewell to our beloved institution. We stand here today proud and grateful for having successfully completed this phase of our academic journey. On behalf of the graduating class, I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the management, faculty, and staff of this institution. We could not have done this without you, and we are forever grateful. The greatest asset of Sindhi P.U. College is the wealth of the people here. We've had the privilege of being taught and mentored by some of the most brilliant and dedicated faculty members who have challenged us, encouraged us, and inspired us to be the best version of ourselves. But it is not just the academic rigor or the resources that we are grateful for. It is the sense of community, the spirit of inclusion. Savita ma'am has been a mother for all the students of our class. And I can tell you proudly that if you are to take any student from the audience, they would say the same thing about their class teachers and all the teachers of this institution. We've been welcomed into a vibrant, diverse, and supportive community that has encouraged us to grow as individuals, to connect with others, and to contribute to the world in meaningful ways. I also want to thank the non-teaching staff and the administrators who have worked so hard behind the scene to make this institution a welcoming, safe, and nurturing environment. From the maintenance workers to the cafeteria staff, from the office staff to our beloved librarian. Everyone has played a role in making Sindhi what it is today. To all of you, we say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Our time here at Sindhi P.U. College will not be remembered for grades, popularity, or trophies, but our relationships, the kind of person we were, by the memories that we made along the way. We've had a lot of fun. I will always remember the happy faces that fill the corridors on special occasions when we danced to lyrics we didn't even understand. Or at least I didn't. I didn't even dance. I was busy lifting tables with Nagaraj sir. As you move forward into the next chapter of your lives, I want to offer a few words of advice. First and foremost, dream. Every person who is successful and at the top of their field, they started by being dreamers. They also came from the average background just like us, but they dreamed and believed in themselves. Secondly, always believe in yourself. You are capable of doing great things, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I read this quote the other day, which said that while you are suffering from self-doubt, others are scared of your full potential. Self-confidence is not standing in front of the mirror and shouting affirmations, but having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. Thirdly, always learn and be ready for new experiences. However, if there's something that you take from today, I want it to be this. Just remember this, you can forget about everything else I said. To leave a legacy or to achieve greatness is not to acquire wealth or recognition, but to leave those who you have crossed paths with a little happiness and hope. In that sense, all of you have achieved greatness by making the life of the ones close to you more enjoyable over the last 2 years, by being there for them when it matters the most. Continue to be great. Remember to stay connected to the people who matter to you, family, friends, and mentors who have supported you throughout your academic journey. Nourish these relationships and make time for the people you care about. You know what? Let's do something here. I want you to turn to the person sitting next to you and tell them how much they matter to you and how grateful they are for the contribution they have had in your life. The goal is not to live forever. It's something that will. And the only thing that lasts forever are our relationships and our memories. Sindhi P.U. College, it's been an honor to serve you all for the last 2 years. The love, respect, and honor that I've received from all of you is much more than I will ever deserve. I'll forever be grateful and in debt. Thank you so much and congratulations again. And honestly, if I had a chance, I'll do it all over again. Thank you.
Thank you, Shalom. Now I call upon Payal Kashyap of second year PUC, Sindhi P.U. Evening College, to share her experiences with us.
Good evening all. I, Payal Kashyap, student of Sindhi Evening P.U. College, will render the farewell address on behalf of all my classmates of batch 2023, expressing my views for the very last time on this podium makes me undergo mixed emotions. While college teaches a lesson and then takes a test, life takes a test first, then teaches a lesson. Sooner or later, we will discover that the important movements in life are not the advertised ones, not the birthdays, not the great goals achieved. The real milestones come to the door of memory unannounced and never leave. Our lives will be measured by this. Such teachings are acquired here, applied everywhere, and we don't just exist but live. The journey that began with tears in our eyes as toddlers, being separated from our parents, now ends in the same tearful manner, only the separation this time is from those who taught us. Most hurting will be the pain of leaving this college. Graduation is the major step in the journey of our lives. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all the management members of Sindhi Evening P.U. College for sponsoring our uniforms, college bags and shoes, as well as the fee concession. I would like to thank our Sindhi management for providing educational support for underprivileged students. Thank you, sirs, for your constant support. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our principal, Professor Kanchana ma'am, and faculty members who have molded us in valuable skills and talents. Thank you so much for your excellent selfless act in shaping our future. Graduation is not an end goal in itself. It is a beginning of the larger journey of life. I would like to conclude with a small note. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be ever at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and the rain fall softly on your fields. Until we meet again, may God hold you in the hollow of His hands. Goodbye and God bless all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Payal. There is no education which one can get from books and costly apparatus that is equal to that which can be gotten from contact with great men and women. We are fortunate to have such a personality with us today, and it is my pleasant duty to invite our chief guest, Sri Ananta Radhakrishnan sir, to address our graduating students. Over to you, sir.
Check. Yeah, thank you. Absolute pleasure and honor to be here amongst all of you today. Sanjeev Atwaramji, you run a wonderful institution along with your Board of Governors, the faculty, and these wonderful students. Let's give them a big round of applause. One of the reasons I accepted to be here as the chief guest was to revisit my own student days. That is one of the selfish reasons why I'm here with you today. You know, many years ago, I was also sitting in the audience like you, anxious about what life would throw at you, the opportunities which life is going to provide you. And I was doing this in another institution, which a lot of you know, in Malleshwaram, the MES College. That's where I did my first and second PU. I can understand the feeling which each of you have in your hearts and in your minds as you're on this important cusp of the journey which you're going to undertake, the journey of life. The journey of life, the first 10 years at school, the 2 years in pre-university college, clearly provide you the phenomenal foundation on which you can build this journey. This foundation is a foundation which you will cherish as you go through life, because many of the faculty and the teachers who are sitting with you in this auditorium or in this event are people who have touched you in ways which you will remember when you go through specific events in your life and make decisions. Some of the lessons they taught you, some of the guidance they gave you will really come in handy for you. Unfortunately, life doesn't come with a manual which says exactly in this page, this is what you will find. Each of you, as you go through your own lives, would find your own manuals for becoming successful, for being happy, and for being balanced in life. Today, what I will do is share with you a few thoughts basis my own experience of the last 33 years, actually 1984 on, so 39 years of having done college, having done MBA, having done different jobs in different great companies, and having studied as well. As you go back to working, you will somehow enjoy studying again. That's something quite fascinating. When you're studying, you don't enjoy studying that much. But when you start working, you look at your own children, or you look at yourself and say, I wish I can go back and take a break and be in college. So one of the first things which I want you to all learn from my own experience, which I'm sure you can yourself create your manual, but one of the important things is live in the present. Live for now. Enjoy the moment now. You know, in life, a lot of time, this moment of graduation is going to be a memory for you for your lifetime. But right now, as many of you are sitting in this auditorium, you would be wondering about your exams coming up, which is a few weeks from now. You would think about how much of work you have to complete. You still have preparation, which, like most of us, I used to back schedule. I'm sure a lot of you do back scheduling too, which is this exam, I have this gap for these 3 days, so let me study those subjects only on those 3 days. But the key thing is to enjoy the moment now. I'll tell you this is precious. There will be moments in your life where you find your life partner. There will be moments in your life where you marry. There will be moments in your life where you have your first graduation of your degree or a second graduation of a degree and a job. You will have a first child, and so on and so forth. Every moment, live that moment in that moment and enjoy it. That is something which I have realized through many such moments which I have enjoyed, but I've also had my mind distracted, thinking about other things which at that moment didn't matter. So the most important thing as you go through life is to really enjoy the moment. Enjoy what you're going through. Enjoy the fact that many of you and many of us have really been blessed to have this opportunity to graduate from a great institution. The friends you have here in the auditorium are friends for life. If you remember what Sanjeev said, he spoke about calmness of mind. The calmness of mind to enjoy the moment becomes very, very important. The second aspect which I have found is the more you worry about what's in it for you, the less you enjoy the moment. The more you worry about what's in it for you, the less you enjoy the moment. It might sound a little philosophical, but it's very simple to understand. If you're thinking all the time, what's in it for me, you're not enjoying the moment. If you're thinking about what's in it for all of us or something larger, like take today, if you're thinking about yourself and what's in it for you in the upcoming exams or in your life, you would be a lot more not able to enjoy the moment than what's in it for your group of friends. So invariably in life, having a sense of larger purpose, a purpose which is not about yourself, but a purpose which is about contributing to something much larger than you, gives you a great sense of being in the moment. Because what happens is, when you focus too much on yourself, like when you're looking at the mirror, you're looking at all the things which are on your face, which you think can be better, all of that. But when you think of a larger purpose, it's not about you, it is about others. It gives you a greater sense of trying to go out and achieve something. It could be in your own small group of friends, it could be with your clients, it could be with employees you work with, it could be with your family, but something which makes them find happiness could be giving you a better sense of purpose. So living in the moment, first thing, and to help you live in the moment, having a larger sense of purpose becomes very important. Very early in my life, I realized the need for a growth mindset. I have thought through a lot of things. I first used to call it as mindfulness or mindset, but now I call this the growth mindset. You know, life's going to throw curveballs at us. There will be things which happen in life which you do not want to happen. There could be deaths in families, there could be accidents, there could be things in your career which will not work out. There might be something which you really want, but may not happen to you in the way it happened more easily to someone else. And as the saying goes, when you don't lose the battle when you fall in a boxing ring. You know, life will throw curveballs at you and you might feel you've fallen. But that's not when you lose the battle. You don't never lose the battle when you fall. You lose the battle only when you refuse to get up. So the key thing is, every time a curveball hits you and you believe you've fallen, it is important for you to dust yourself and get up. This is what I call as a growth mindset. I'll give you a simple example, something which you can all relate to very easily. A few years ago, when my children were smaller, I went to Kabini. I'm sure, how many of you have been to Kabini? Can you just put your hands up? Good. Kabini is this beautiful place where you have two forests, Madhumalai on one side and the Bandipur forest on the other side. And it's got a huge set of wildlife, fauna and flora. I was sitting there as usual, not enjoying the moment, looking at my BlackBerry, not looking at the scenery and taking in the scenery, but anxiously looking at my smartphone and logging off some emails which I had to clear. And that's what I mean by being in the moment. But then I tuned in to be in the moment. I saw my two children on top of an elephant, a proper tusker, with a howdah on top of its back, with a puny little guy with a stick. And he was walking this elephant along the banks of the river. We've all done that, right, as children. And I thought, wow, such a mighty elephant walking on the banks of the river. What an awesome thing. And I took some pictures from where I was sitting. I still have those pictures. The same afternoon, we were on a boat safari, going out on the river. And then I saw these majestic 13 elephants with one elephant very similar to this tusker and a whole bunch of elephants whole bunch of elephants, a herd of elephants which were with that tusker. How many of you think elephants can swim? Can you put your hands up, please? How many of you think elephants can swim? Only few hands? Okay, I can see quite a few hands going up. I didn't know elephants can swim because I can't swim. I thought elephants can't also swim because they are fairly large and they can sink. I saw the first tusker elephant jump into the water, and I saw 13 elephants, including a baby elephant, jump into the water and put its trunk up. I have a beautiful video of these 13 elephants swimming from Bandipur. It was Friday evening, to Mudumalai, I think for their Friday evening party. So all of them crossed the river beautifully, one by one, in a line behind this elephant. When I came back to the room, I was wondering, why is it that this elephant, for a minute I thought this was that elephant which I saw carrying the howdah. The next morning again, I saw the same elephant carrying the howdah with other children going by. What I realized from this example is the elephant which is walking with the baggage on its back, or the howdah, with people sitting, has somehow in its mind forgotten its own capability to swim, because it is afraid of this puny little guy with a stick who's trained it to walk along the banks of the river and give it food only if it walks properly on the banks of the river. That beautiful creature has lost its own ability to understand the power of what it can do. And believe me, I deal with a lot of people in my 33 years of career. I have seen a lot of people, because of having these curveballs in life hitting them, carry their baggage for life and not realize their own full potential. This is because of the mindset. The mindset of that elephant was that it wasn't capable of swimming. What I implore each of you in this auditorium is that life will throw curveballs at you. And it is normal. Every one of us, if I'm standing here as CEO and MD and speaking to you, many of you think he's achieved something great. But I've had to go through a journey with multiple pitfalls where I've fallen, dusted myself, raised up. And I'm not ashamed to say that it's not been easy. Every time I have fallen, I have managed to raise up. And I have learned from what mistake I did to improve myself. That is what I call a growth mindset. A growth mindset looks for opportunities to improve. We cannot control what others do. we can definitely control what we do. So I'm imploring and requesting all of you to be in the moment and to clearly have this growth mindset with which you can be able to overcome any opportunity or challenge which comes your way. This will help you grow phenomenally in your careers, in your life, become a better person, become a better version of yourself, and become a better human being, a better family member, a better father, a better mother, a better brother, a better son, whatever roles you play. The other last part I want to, which goes in line with the growth mindset, is the ability to be inquisitive. What happens with life is if you go to the youngest in your family, which is a child, you'll have a niece or a nephew or some small child in your home. That child is not afraid of asking questions. That child is not willing to be afraid of being laughed at for asking a silly question. What happens as we grow in life is we are afraid to be inquisitive. The reason we are afraid to be inquisitive is we are afraid of how it will damage our own ego. What will others think of me? Will I look silly because I asked this question? Will it expose my ignorance because I want to pretend I know everything? These are pressures we artificially put on ourselves. So I would again request you in life to enjoy the moment, to have a growth mindset, and clearly be inquisitive. Thank you. I wish you all success in your exams. I'm sure each of you will do well. Come out in flying colors. Your teachers have done admirably well in giving you the foundation for a successful exam and a successful life, which is a much larger exam than the coming exams. All the very best to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for a beautiful tagline, enjoy the moment, and for your valuable words. I now request our chief guest to kindly accept a small token of appreciation. I request our chairman of Sindhi P.U. College to kindly do the honors. Henry Ford says, coming together is the beginning, keeping together is the progress, and working together is success. On this note, I would like to call upon our beloved principal, Professor Pallavi ma'am, to deliver the farewell address. Over to you, ma'am.
Radhesham, warm greetings from Sindhi P.U. College. There is always a podium laid for every individual to dream, to determine, to decide their destiny. With gratitude to Almighty, here we let slip our slides from the history of SPUC, a continuous, a convivial atmosphere given to us by Sindhi Seva Samiti, presenting to you our 28th annual report for the academic year 21-22. Sindhi P.U. College is located at Thanisandra, one of the Bangalore city's fastest growing urban belt. It was established in the year 1994 under the aegis of Sindhi Seva Samiti and part of the Sindhi group of institutions with the aim to excel in the field of education. The college has been accredited with A-grade college certificate issued by PUE department. The college provides the right ambience that is required for advanced education. Ugadi festival this year marked a euphoric beginning for the Sindhian community at Bengaluru. 3rd of April 2022, an epoch-making day, witnessed Sri Thava Chen Gilot, Governor of Karnataka, inaugurating Sindhi P.U. College. The icing on the cake included the presence of Sri Shankar Lalwani, Member of Parliament from Indore. The singular moment witnessed a congregation of the flag bearers of Sindhi Seva Samiti, faculty and staff from Sindhi group of educational institutions. Dignitaries, students and members from the press fraternity were also present. Sri Madan Daulatram, President of Sindhi Seva Samiti, and all the office bearers had made spectacular arrangement for unfurling of the proceedings. Honorable Governor unveiled the commemorative plaque of Sindhi P.U. College, Limericks, a bilingual book written by past President Sri Prakash F. Madhwani, was also released. Honorable Governor, in his speech, made notable mention of Sindhi Seva Samiti in promoting education and philanthropic activities. Sri Gelot stressed on the enhanced use of digital learning platform to promote teaching and learning. The Governor augmented that it is education which plays pivotal role in nation building and complimented Karnataka state government for being pioneers in launching new education policy. Every great achievement was once considered impossible. I am genuinely happy to share the huge academic success this year. Our shine of wisdom made a right click to refresh and shine for the future days with a deep grounding by our faculty. We summon the blessings of the Lord to begin our scholastic year with excellent board results in the state. We secured 8 state ranks, 4 state ranks in science and 4 state ranks in commerce. 13 students secured centums, 26 students secured distinctions in science, and 7 students secured centum, and 14 students secured distinction in commerce. We have in total 94 first class, 47 distinctions, 51 students scoring above 500, 21 centums, and 29 students securing 90% and above. Results analysis for the year clearly indicates a rise in overall performance by 10.15%. Congratulations and best wishes for a successful career ahead. Our overall student strength tallies at 699 and the course-wise breakup is illustrated in the PPT. It is said that we shape our buildings, thereafter buildings shape us. Classrooms, labs and equipment are essential components in educational institutions. We have well-equipped classroom atmosphere for better learning. Excellent seating furniture, library resources, classroom design have led to better attention and concentration in the class. Extracurricular activities are the sources that have been an integral part of the education system. We have array of activities, competitions and celebrations this year. I invite you all to view all our hard work and commitment in the areas of sports, intercollegiate fests, depicting the laurels and recognitions achieved by our faculty and students. Our humble salutations to all the Board of Management members for your earnest recognition and support. Your hard work constantly reserve a seat of gratitude in the account of Sindhi P.U. College. Thank you and regards, Radhe Shyam. Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Respected President Sindhi Seva Samiti Sanjeev Atmaram Sir, Chief Guest of today's evening, Managing Director, CEO Infosys BPM, Shri Ananta Radhakrishnan Ji, esteemed Board of Management and office bearers led by our beloved Chairman, Mahesh Ramchand Sir, and all my dear fellow graduates, and all the awardees who have come today, who are my special invitees today, on behalf of Sindhi Institute of Management, Sindhi Group of Educational Institutions, faculty, staff, and on my personal behalf, I would like to welcome once again to the 28th graduation day. I would be failing in my duty if I don't acknowledge the presence of Dwaipayan Banerjee, our knowledge partner, Rashmika Ramam, and all the other special invitees who have taken time off and have made their presence felt. Like always, your presence is always encouraging. Thank you. And all my beloved parents who are going to be watching this program by, and I suppose you have all shared the link with your parents. I just checked the viewership, it was 100 just a minute ago. If you have not done it, do it right away, because just after a couple of minutes of my address, you're going to have the most memorable thing that's going to happen in your life, and you will never have a retake of this. If you have not done it without any selfish motive, please do it, because I'm actually missing your parents' presence here. Having said that, I need to acknowledge the couple of things that our dignitaries have mentioned today, starting off with what Sanjeev sir mentioned about concentrating on confidence and courage and having the courage to go and chase your dreams. And followed by it, we had none other than Anant Radhakrishnan Ji, who said that, what matters most is to have the patience and to wait for the right opportunity and see to it that you do right things at the right time. And then he also mentioned his observation about how he was surprised to see how elephants could actually swim. That just actually brought back certain memories of Gajendra Moksha, where we, at a personal front, where we
get to know a lot of life lessons from Bhagavatam as to how elephants can actually give us life lessons and challenges to cope up with. Coming back to the address, I was requesting President Sir if my address could always be at the first. He said, your farewell address, let it be at the last. So I thought, you've all been getting a lot of jnana in your classes from my end whenever I have handled your subjects. Let me actually pass on certain simple life lessons that will always remain with you in the years to come. What else can I think of other than Ramayana at this moment? You're all aware of this very famous story where King Dasharath, under the influence of his beloved wife, had to banish his beloved son Sri Ram to forest. And it was only for Ram that he had to leave, but all you know that Lakshman also decides to follow Sri Ram. Lakshman is the brother of Ram. Unlike the times that we are in now, the beloved wife of Sri Ram also decides that she too would follow the footsteps of Sri Ram, and then all of them are asked to spend 14 years in exile in forest. After completing 13 years, 13 long years, there's this moment when Sita Devi spots a golden deer, which we all know was not the golden deer, but was a Maya Mruga. She requests her beloved husband, and she asks Ram if he could go ahead and get the deer for her. On the request of wife, he follows the deer, and then before leaving, Ram requests or orders, or however you want to put it forth, he says, Lakshman, please take care of your sister-in-law, Sita Mata, till the time I come back. After a while, both of them hear a voice coming from a distance wherein, the voice was one of agony and pain, where it only said, oh Sita, oh Lakshman, couple of times. Much to the astonishment of Sita Devi, she says, what is this? This is the voice of Sri Ram. Do you hear it? Lakshman says, yes, I do. After that, immediately she says, I would want you to go ahead and see if your brother is in danger and then bring him back. Knowing Lakshman is always calm, he says, don't worry, Mataji. I have been asked to take care of you. I am not moving anywhere. She persuades, and then on knowing that Lakshman is not even moving from his place, she resorts to say certain nasty things. In Valmiki Ramayana, there are quotes mentioned where she speaks very rudely for the very first time to Lakshman. She says, I knew that you were waiting for this moment, this opportune moment when you could find me all alone. Now that your brother is not here, your intentions are obvious. I order that you immediately go and bring your brother. If I were to ask this question to any one of us go through this kind of a situation in life, wherein we given our best, we given our heart, we given our soul. Maybe in the years to come, you too might be facing a similar situations, or you too would be having certain crisis in handling relationships, which is most important. What would your answer be? You would probably say, due to paucity of time, I'm not asking you individually. Assuming that, most of us would say that, I've given 13 years of my life, and remind you, the 13 years of Lakshman's life was not easy. He had not even slept, he had not even winked his eye. He was looking after his brother and Sita. He had literally like a security guard. And at that moment, when somebody is questioning your conduct, character, most importantly, he was not taken aback. He did not stop there, but he goes ahead and finds Ram, who shot the arrow at the deer, and they realize that's the demon Maricha there, and it's not the deer. They get to know that there is a plot. And Sri Ram immediately questions Lakshman, what are you doing here? I asked you to be with Mother Sita. He says that on request of Mother Sita, because we heard your voice in pain, I had to come. Immediately both of them rushed to the ashram, and the story is very well known to you. Demon Ravan would have already abducted, kidnapped Mother Sita. At that moment, there is another thing that Lakshman had to face as destined. Ram accuses Lakshman and says, "You are incompetent. I just gave you one job and you could not do that. I only asked you to stay with Mother Sita and take care of her, and you have left her all alone and she's not there." Because they're still not aware what could have happened to Mother Sita. Once again, there's this question of how would each one of us react in a situation like this. We could also be in a situation, or probably would have been in a situation like this, where somebody doesn't understand what we're doing, or maybe the words that they intend to say is different from what the intentions are. But as the story unravels, Lakshman does not decide, he doesn't say that I've given up my princely life, I gave up my beautiful wife Urmila, though I was also newly married. I have traveled, stayed here for 13 long years, and the 13th year I get to hear that I lack character and I am also incompetent from my sister-in-law and also my brother. In fact, he says that I'm going to join in, I'm going to be with you like always, I'm going to help you find where Mother Sita is. That's the difference. Many a times your parents might not understand what you're doing, or maybe you would not be able to communicate what you intended to do. You've got to prepare the mind of the people whom you communicate first and give them the decisions. Before I move on to the second lesson that we all heard here, the second part of the story is all about what could have been a better decision in a situation like this before banishing Ram and Sita to forest. When Dasharatha was asked that he should not be coronating Ram, initially Kaikeyi was very, very happy when she came to know that Ram is going to be the next king. Under the influence of Manthara, who influences the mind of Kaikeyi, the stepmother of Ram, says if he becomes the king, it's not going to be good for Ayodhya. You're going to be future leaders, and most of the leaders are in the front row. Never ever take a decision based on what is being suggested to you instantaneously. Explore the opportunities, explore, clarify all the doubts. Kaikeyi could have checked on the other possibilities. Ayodhya was not a small kingdom. She could have had a kingdom for her own son Bharata. She could have had a kingdom, a separate kingdom for Ram, but she never thought of that. The decision that she took, exercising the vows that she gave to her husband, was a disaster. She lost her husband, she lost her son Bharata. Bharata had to abandon the mother. She said, I don't even want to consider you to be the mother going forward. And the entire citizens, all citizens of Ayodhya started hating Kaikeyi. So the next time when you encounter things like this, the reason why I brought about the story of Ramayana was in the context of trying to build some kind of a connect and try and establish things that can make your life simple, beautiful, and easy. And how can that happen? It will never happen with the coveted titles. It can never happen with designations. It can never happen with the wealth that you amass. It can only happen when you build beautiful relationships. And for that to happen, I wish to quote a very famous author. In his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, Stephen Covey talks exclusively about emotional buying balance. You all are commerce students, and most of you are aware of what actually happens when you operate an account. As in, when you deposit money into the account, you are entitled to withdraw. The same funda applies in our life. The more and more positive emotions you deposit in a relationship with the person whom you encounter with, you will be entitled to withdraw. This was the same thing that happened in a situation with Sita and Ram. How was the relationship that they had with Lakshman determined the reaction and the action that he took in due course of time. They treated him with love, they treated him with care, they treated him with respect. He never took the decision based on the words that were spoken. He understood that Sita was upset that her husband's voice was heard in pain, and that's the reason why she used such harsh, heavy words. He understood that his brother has known his competence before, and they've won many, many battles all through the life, and he never doubted anything when it came to questioning his competence, and he was through and through with his beloved brother Ram. Emotional bank balance is very, very important, whether you want it or not, whether you want to be a part of it or not, for you to be remembered in this world, for you to leave behind footprints in this world. Only thing that people are going to remember is the kind of connect and the kind of difference that you have made in this world before you have left this world and gone. Many, many people, billions and billions of people have walked on this earth and gone, and there will be many, many billion of people who will come and leave. But what is it that you're going to be giving is determined by what difference you're going to be doing to the society at large. So Stephen Covey says that for every one withdrawal of emotion that you want to have, withdrawal is when you get angry. You've got to make at least 100 positive deposits. 100 positive deposits. How many deposits have you made so far with people who matter to you in your life? Please have a check. If you don't do it, please do not expect people to understand your intentions. They will only understand your words. And over a period of time, they will desert you, they will leave you, like the way it happened in the story. I hope with these two simple lessons, and with all the knowledge that you have gained in the portals of this great institution, Sindhi P.U. College, you will definitely be humble, you'll be simple. And when I mean humble and simple, doesn't mean that you got to compromise on making money, because I always believe that money should be given to good people, because if you are not selfish, if you don't chase your dreams and ensure that you make enough wealth, the wealth will reach bad people. And when money is given to a person with bad intentions, they can only turn out to be a terrorist. You choose what you want to do, and with due respects to all the entrepreneurs seated here in the front row, they are giving back every bit of the money that they're earning back to society. This is what you got to take back today. Don't be selfish. Remember the sacrifices that your parents have done. Remember the lessons that you have learned in the classes, and see to it that you remember the alma mater and come and share your success stories in the days to come. Wishing you all the best. The countdown has begun. 18 days to go from here. All the very best. Thank you very much for your patience hearing. Thank you. Hare Krishna. And at Sindhi College, how can I sign off without a Hindi song? And I would request all of you to at least sing along with me. May I request Venkateshwarlu sir to play the track, please.
मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है। किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है। माना अपनी जेब से फकीर है,
अमीर है, माना अपनी जेब से फकीर है, फिर भी यार दिल के हम अमीर हैं। मिटे जो प्यार के लिए वो जिंदगी, जले बाहर के लिए वो जिंदगी, किसी को हो ना हो हमें तो एतबार, जीना इसी का नाम है। रिश्ता दिल से दिल के एतबार का, जिंदा है हम ही से नाम प्यार का। रिश्ता दिल से दिल के एतबार का, जिंदा है हम ही से नाम प्यार का। के मर के भी किसी को याद आएंगे, किसी के आंसुओं में मुस्कुराएंगे, कहेगा फूल हर कली से बार बार, जीना इसी का नाम है। किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे वो निसार, किसी का दर्द बन सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है।
For this wonderful track. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Love you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable words. Now we are moving on to the most awaited ceremony of felicitation of Sindhi academic achievers of batch 2022. I request our chief guest, Shri Ananta Radhakrishnan, President and office bearers to do the honors. I request Professor Pallavi ma'am to accompany the dignitaries onto the dais. I call upon Professor C.B. Mary Thomas, HOD of Commerce, to take over the prize distribution ceremony. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to one and all present here. I quote, "A winner never quits and a quitter never wins." Here comes the achievers of academic year 2021-22. The first 8th place secured by Vedashri M of 2nd CEBA, the course topper, the subject topper for Kannada, Computer Science, English and Economics, and also the recipient of Pratibha Puraskar. Srinidhi Sarada S of PCMC, course topper for science, subject topper in chemistry, mathematics, computer science, English and Sanskrit, centum in chemistry, mathematics and computer science. G.S. Sukruta Lakshmi of course topper for arts. Suhas Bhatt, BS, Ghost, subject topper in physics, mathematics and Sanskrit, centum in physics and mathematics. Manoj NR, the subject topper in mathematics English, due to his exams is unable to join us. I request Dr. Veni to receive the certificate and trophy from the dignitaries. Tarun S. Bhagi, subject topper in mathematics, English, biology and centum in mathematics. Gagan S. of SMBA combination, subject topper in basic maths and statistics, scored 100 in basic maths and statistics. Raju Nishad of CEBA, subject topper in business studies, computer science and accountancy, centum in business studies and computer science. Raju Nishad. Manisha Sutar, subject topper in computer science and English, centum in computer science. Next, Sai Sanjana of arts combination, centum in psychology. Next, Rakshita, subject topper in history and political science of HEPS combination. Next, Madhurima Vodka, subject topper in sociology of arts combination. Thank you.
Dear graduating students, the responsibility now rests on each of you to carry forward the legacy to places where your lives and hearts will lead. Request all the graduating students to get your lamp of knowledge lit by our dignitaries and proceed towards the dais. Kindly remove your footwear and keep your blazers and your belongings on the chairs wherever you are seated and move on to the dais. Request all the dignitaries to kindly light the lamp of knowledge. Request students to get your lamp lit by the dignitaries and move on to the dais.
graduating students, we're about to commence a very solemn recitals of Taittiriya Upanishad. And before we start, has been a concern, or you're having lamps in your hand, please ensure that you do not accidentally put it too close to the person standing next to you. And you've got to be absolutely be quiet. I said quiet. We will commence only when there is silence. When we have to invoke the blessings of Almighty, it is absolutely important that we surrender unto Him and seek His blessings. ಅವರವರ ಇಷ್ಟ ದೇವತೆ ಯಾರೇ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಅವರನ್ನು ನೆನೆಯುತ್ತಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿನಿಯರು ಕೆಲವೇ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತೈತ್ತಿರಿಯೋಪನಿಷದ್ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳನ್ನು ತಮಗಾಗಿ ರಿಸೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹೇಳಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. I now request Vidwan Sir to take over from here.
The graduation day ceremony begins with the recitation of Shikshavali of Traityopanishad of Krishna Yajurveda, the Guru's final instruction to the students on completing their studies during Gurukul days. It reminds the students about responsibilities after graduation and mentions the lifelong pursuit of knowledge. Shikshavali will now be recited by Professor Vishnumurthy sir, and the translation will be reflected on the LED wall. Over to you, sir.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Om Shiksham
ತೆಗಿಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಇದೇಳು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಸರ್ಗಳು ಸರ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು ಗ್ರೂಪು
Students, remain where you are till your turn comes. Take your bags, take your belongings, and you will collect your individual photographs after your dinner. Remain where you are, students. Kindly remain there. Let others go. Wait for your turn. So take care of yourself. Mind your footsteps. Kindly don't run. I'm not going to. Students, don't push each other here.
ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಆಗಿ
Students, kindly move to Teacher Hall for your dinner. The photographs will be given tomorrow in our college, so don't rush for the photographs. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you.
Just now I completed graduation.